Yes, as I already told you here on the channel, there's going to be a state of play on February 12th. Sony now officially confirmed it. So in this video, I want to tell you what you can expect, what you cannot expect, and everything else. So, of course, let me know what you hope to see in the comments down below. Tune in live this Thursday for 60 plus minutes of news, gameplay, updates, and announcements from game studios across the globe. February State of Play will spotlight eye-catching third-party and indie games headed to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. So a couple things. 60 minutes, that's a long-ass time. Normally a State of Play is like 40 minutes or even 30 plus minutes. So that's pretty meaty. Also, just like a small side note, normally they would say, hey, PlayStation VR is gonna get some love as well. They're just not caring anymore. So don't expect PSVR 2. Another like small interesting thing before we go over what we can expect. They posted this on February 9th, and I looked at the announcement for the February 12th State of Play from 2025. They posted that 1 day in advance. So now they're kind of teasing us more. They're giving us more sort of build up, which is interesting. And again, that was a 40 plus minute show. So let's go over some surefire things. Saros, of course, the new game from the Returnal makers, is totally going to be there. They will totally do another hype trailer. Hopefully they reveal a bit more that we did not know about yet. Maybe they do like a special controller for the game. Of course, it's coming out April 30th. So this will be the final time they can like put a big spotlight on it in like a proper show. So the Marvel Token Steam page has been updated before the State of Play. 20 character launch roster, single player mode, 64 player lobbies. So yeah, this is of course the Marvel fighting game. We will totally see more of that at the State of Play. And I don't think there's like a release date for this yet, so I would not be surprised if they announce that too. And yeah, something I really hope to see, and I totally think has a high possibility of showing up, is the Ghost of Yotei Legends mode. Of course, the multiplayer mode for Ghost of Yotei. I would not be surprised if they showed it here at the State of Play and then it launches like next week. So that would be very exciting. That's what they kind of did with the New Game Plus mode as well. They talked about it in the blog post. The week after that, we could play it. And the Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode launched 3 months after Tsushima. So we're now in that 3 months window after Yotei. So I think there is a high chance that we see it. But of course, the biggest game PlayStation will release this year is Marvel's Wolverine. So I saw this, that there was like a hidden video spotted on the Wolverine playlist. But people have been pointing out, yo, that's the 2021 announcement video that they've been like putting private. So they said it already in the blog post. I showed you that before. Like here, keep your eyes peeled and your claws sharp for more information on Marvel's Wolverine in spring 2026. It's not spring yet, so I don't expect this game to be here. And another PlayStation game, yeah, is of course Marathon. Even though it's mostly Bungie handling all the marketing. But high chance it will be at the State of Play. Paul Tassi has been suggesting that as well. He has a lot of like connections with Bungie. They've been putting up videos themselves, but they've not talked to like a mainstream audience like the State of Play audience yet. So I totally think we will get like a cool hype trailer. Maybe push the pre-orders once again because it's coming in March already. So I think this State of Play will likely kick off the proper marketing again. I also looked at many games that were at previous State of Plays that I think could show up again. And yeah, you see the State of Play trailer for Crimson Desert right here, where they announced the release date, March 19th. It's getting close. And usually on Thursday, Pearl Abyss has been like putting up new Crimson Desert videos. So maybe instead of putting up the third and final feature video, they might do a trailer at the State of Play instead. So again, they've shown up before. They're pushing it, of course, big time. I would not be surprised if we get another new look at the game at the State of Play. Another one of those games that have like appeared before and that should come out in 2026. Tides of Annihilation. Of course, this game looks stunning. It really stole the show when they announced it last year during the State of Play. So seeing more of it. It was at the Xbox like showcase, I think, as well, or Xbox like sort of partner showcase they did. So yeah, they're kind of snooping around. They might be at Xbox, they might be at PlayStation, but look at how awesome this game looks. So I really hope we see more and hopefully a release date as well. And 007 First Light, of course, had its own like dedicated State of Play. So I would not be surprised if this is also the final State of Play that they can show the game because it's now coming out in May. And the next State of Play will likely be end of May, early June. So I would not be surprised if we see 007. And Kind of feels quiet right now, of course, after the delay. I do think it's good for them. It is still the old release date. They, of course, delayed it. But I think it's good if they kind of push the game again. And yeah, the PlayStation audience will be the biggest audience for this game. So I would not be surprised if they show up. And another game that was at a state of play before, Pragmata. Like, I would not be surprised if we see the two. It's coming out in April. So yeah, they might show up. But Capcom is interesting because Capcom has a lot of things and always like shows up at the state of play. So I totally think it could be Pragmata, but it could also be Resident Evil 9. Of course, this will be the final time they can really push the game. Maybe they drop a demo for the game. Because you might remember this, but they had a Village demo as well that was exclusive for PS5. So maybe they do another one of those. And yeah, that would be a state of play announcement, of course. But yeah, there's also Onimusha that I would love to see. Again, Capcom has a ton, and there is a rumor right now. I just wanted to throw it out there, but there is a rumor that DMC6 is getting announced. Now, I would not get your hopes up because the source is kind of wishy-washy. Like, people do not really know what this person had correct before, but it is interesting. Like, it does make sense that Capcom at one point, of course, will do a new Devil May Cry, even though the director is not at Capcom anymore. But yeah, we already heard today as well that they're gonna do a Monster Hunter Iceborne type expansion for Monster Hunter Wilds. They will reveal that in the summer. Again, Capcom is very busy. If I had to put my money on the fact that something will show up, it's probably gonna be Resident Evil and maybe with a demo. And we of course have that interesting concept of the one more thing, because a lot of state of plays have had an interesting one more thing. Let's go through all of them real quick and then kind of predict what the new one more thing will be. The January 2024 state of play was Kojima with Physant, the new next generation action espionage game that he will do after, now that Death Stranding is out. He's of course gonna do the horror game, OD, for Xbox, and then he's gonna work on this game. Then in May 2024, we had Astrobot as the final reveal. Then the September 2024 state of play had Ghost of Yotei as the final reveal. Then the February 12th state of play had Saros as the final reveal. And the state of play for June 4th has Marvel Token as the final reveal. And then the most recent state of play, the September 2025 one, had Wolverine as the final reveal. So yeah, at the end of every big state of play that we had in the last 2 years, there was a PlayStation Studio reveal at the end. So yeah, what will it be this time? I think there is one very likely option, but I'm not sure if that would be an exciting option. Yeah, we talked about it many times before. That would be the God of War game from Sony Santa Monica, 2.5D, basically Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, but Kratos. I really think, and we've also seen that with the Horizon Online game, they did not put that in the state of play because they knew that the reactions would likely be mixed. And putting it in front of a big audience might like make that even worse. So I also think if people at one point like hear some sort of God of War sound or see like Sony Santa Monica's logo and then they show a 2.5D God of War game, I do think like someone else is making it, but Santa Monica is likely still overseeing the project. Like I do think that would not help this project. So I think just putting it at the start of the state of play or like in the middle would be way smarter. So what would then be the other option? Maybe a new Gran Turismo. Feels like it's time. It's not time for a new game from the Astrobot makers. Maybe it's Until Dawn 2. We heard that Firesprite is seemingly working on that. There was an Until Dawn remake, of course, and that had a new ending that was teasing a sequel. And we know they've been working on some sort of horror game, which could be Until Dawn 2. So yeah, Guerrilla Games, Horizon Online, I don't think that will show up. Housemarque is working on Saros. Maybe the new Media Molecule game. We know after Dreams that they're actually making a game now, another creator tool. So maybe, like, I don't think you want to have them work on it for another, like, 5 years. So maybe announce it here. That could be fun. Band, like, we learned that their game got cancelled last year, so I don't think they will have another game. That's, of course, the Days Gone studio. Same for Bluepoint. They were working on a God of War live service game that got cancelled. I think it will be a long time before we see it. Bungie is on Marathon. They got Dark Outlaw Games, which is like a new studio from them, but that's like another like live service game. I don't think you want to put that in the One More Thing slot. Haven Studios, One More Thing, this Fair Games. I think they will not show that at the state of play. Then Insomniac. yeah, we of course know they might be doing a Venom game, but I think they're just gonna focus on Wolverine for now. Naughty Dog, we could see intergalactic gameplay, but that's a 2027 title. I think we will probably see that at like a September state of play, with maybe then a summer 2027 release. San Diego Studio, I mean, they're of course the MLB The Show people. So yeah, Santa Monica and new God of War. We know Corey's game. There have been some rumors that that might be closer than we think, but that feels like a game you don't want to put in the state of play. Like, that would be crazy, but we will see. Sucker Punch, again, Ghost of Yotei just came out, and Legends is incoming. Maybe Legends is the one more thing, but that would be some... Like, again, most of the one more things were something we did not know about before. Yeah, I think it's fascinating. I think it's going to be very fascinating what the one more thing will be. We know Naughty Dog might be working on a second project as well, like a Uncharted, which I'm hopeful for. So yeah, let me know what you think the one more thing will be in the comments down below. They will likely also reveal the PlayStation Plus extra games for February, because Spider-Man 2 is going to be part of it. Test Drive, Unlimited as well, and Neva as well. Spider-Man 2 is of course huge, especially because the game is still selling per month around the 200,000 copies, which kind of wow. This is the January top PS5, PS4 game sold. So yeah, by putting it of course on the PlayStation Plus subscription, you are hurting those sales. But yeah, Sony is probably doing the sort of calculations and being like, yeah, but we will get more PlayStation Plus extra subscribers. So that is probably going to be worth it. But yeah, that's a pretty big drop. So before we look at some other games that I could see reappear and that do look pretty cool, I want to talk about some things that are not going to be there, but still this is interesting. The Black Flag remake won't be at the state of play, but the reveal and release date are set, and it's not too far off. So that's interesting, but yeah, don't expect Edward at the state of play. I will talk more about this news in particular in a other video as well. And yeah, as I talked about in the Sunday video on the main channel as well, the Starfield is scheduled to launch on PS5 on April 7th. This from a pretty credible leaker who had been right countless of times. So yeah, that would be a perfect state of play reveal, I think. But now we have Shinobi also from the Black Flag rumor. And Shinobi, he's been a known insider, quote unquote, for a very, very long time and has been right countless of times. He says that more Starfield news, including the PS5 port, will be announced next month. So that will also likely not be at the state of play. Now, a thing I do think we might see is the Silent Hill 1 remake or something Silent Hill related, because we usually see that at PlayStation shows. But yeah, Blooper Team, of course, after Silent Hill 2, is working on a Silent Hill 1 remake. Might be out this year. They want to launch a new Silent Hill game every year. They got the Town Hall game too. Maybe we see that. So I do think something Silent Hill makes a lot of sense. Some other games that could show up is the new Life is Strange. They kind of announced it only on their own pages. So I do think it would be smart of them to put it in front of a large audience. And I do think the PlayStation audience is once again the biggest audience for Life is Strange. So this is of course a game. Chloe and Max, they're back. Life is Strange Reunion. It's already coming in March. So yeah, I do think they're gonna try and push it one more time. And maybe you remember this game, Ballad of Antaria. They actually showed this at a state of play as well. I think it was in 2024. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. I do like you play different characters. I think it's free to play. It's kind of Souls-likey. But yeah, it's another one of those games. Those Asian games, by the way, that here you change character. That just looks very cool and could be a lot of fun and might take the world by storm, similar to a Where Winds Meet or yeah, those types of games. There's actually another game, Sea of Remnants. Maybe you remember this game. They're kind of pushing it right now, so it might also show up at the state of play, kind of like a reminder, yo, it's coming. I think they're doing a closed test, something like that right now. I'm still kind of like, what type of game is it? But it's like open world in a way. Pretty interesting art style. You got your naval stuff. You can like explore tombs and stuff. And yeah, multiplayer. So we might see that again as well. And maybe you remember Arc Age Chronicles, that just looked amazing in the trailer. Now, it's an MMO, so of course we will have to wait and see how it actually turns out. But this also has been going silent. We've not seen it for a long time. So maybe we also see that. Again, that's another state of play game. They showed at one point. And usually state of play games, they return if they were any interesting. So I hope we see it. And another interesting thing from last year's February 12th State of Play was that a lot of like games that released in September and August got release dates during that State of Play. So Borderlands 4 got a release date, Hell Is Us got a release date, Again, also Lies of P, that of course also released in that September window, or was it like August? It was like a shadow drop, I think, at Gamescom or something, right? Here, Lost Soul Aside was shown, another like August game. So again, it is pretty interesting, and Metal Gear Solid got a release date, also August. So again, I would not be surprised. Right now, the end of the year is like Phantom Blade Zero on September 9th, and we have Wolverine, we know, in the fall. My prediction is like early October, like the Ghost of Yotei window. So maybe during this state of play, we will already have some release dates for that period, or maybe for the summer. Like from now, from April till August, it's also, we know about some games, but not a lot either. So yeah, we will be live reacting to the state of play. I will leave a link to it in the pinned comment. Hope you can watch with us. I'll of course also do videos covering everything and talk about it in the Sunday video. So stay tuned, subscribe, leave a like, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.